welcome back to Beauty Bee and to my beauty budget update for the month of May 2021. This month was intended to be a no-buy. Did that work out? No, that's why this video is probably like 20 minutes long. I did buy a couple of little things, but as far as my beauty budget went, I only spent $3, so I'm considering this pretty successful. Now, I think we're going to start with the things that are actually leaving my collection. This was a really good month for Empties. Where I moved this month, I filmed a Project Pan finale right as I was getting to leave my old apartments because I wasn't going to bring my trash with me. And the big Empties for that were I had a lip balm that I had finished. I had a blush, which is wild. I had a lipstick mini, but it was a red lipstick, and a cleanser. No, not a cleanser. I had a lipstick mini in red, one of the Bite Beauty crayons, and then I had a moisturizer sample from Belief, I think. And I have a few more to add to the stack. The first is this body wash. This is Oahu Coconut Sunset from Bath & Body Works. It is a 2.5 fluid ounce size, which I don't know that I'd ever seen a 2.5 ounce one, but it smells nice. It's gone. I think this is pretty old. This had been hanging out in one of my mom's drawers for quite a while before she gave it to me, and I've had it for quite a while. So I'm glad that this is gone. Next up, we have this Pacifica Island Vanilla Perfumed Hair and Body Mist. It is complete. Funny enough, I had this in my Project Pan this year, and the goal was only to use half of it, and now it's gone. I do really like this, which is why I've gone through it so quickly. Again, it's that vanilla. It has, I think, a little bit of coconut to it. It's really nice. I didn't use it in my hair ever because I just don't trust anything on my hair. My hair is problematic enough as it is. I don't need to add any more fragrance or weird things that might do more damage. I think that I went through this a little bit too quickly to consider repurchasing, but I really do like this scent. I would be interested in smelling some of Pacifica's perfumes and seeing if there's one that might work out a little better for me. And then finally, I have a lip gloss empty. This is from Pixie. It is their lip gloss in the shade Sheer Rose. It is a, well, sheer rose color. I wasn't super impressed with this when I first got it because I'm really not a mint person. And this does have a little bit of a minty scent to it. It doesn't have too much of a taste to it. I do feel a little bit of tingle when it was on my lips, but it didn't do anything. I think this is called like their lip lift or something, but I certainly didn't notice any plumping. It did give a nice shine though, and this is the one gloss that I brought with me as I was moving, so I found myself reaching for it quite a bit. I was wearing pretty light makeup for much of the last month, and this really came in handy. I could probably pry out the stopper if I wanted to and get a couple more uses, though there's really only product left at the very top, and I'm not sure that I would be able to get that even if the stopper was gone. Also, I don't have a pair of pliers with me right now or tweezers or anything to pull it out, so we're just gonna call it done. But now let's transition to the things that actually came in this month. The first item, and the only one that I'm actually counting towards my beauty budget, is a single shadow. This is from Tarte, and it is the shade Pinup. I believe that they describe this as a prismatic pearl shade, and I think that's a good description. The texture on this is lovely. It's so smooth. And this is an off-white with this golden, almost pinky sheen to it. It's really pretty. I've been using it as a brow bone highlight quite often. I've tried using it as a face highlight, but I think it's just a little bit too much for my skin. It pulls a little bit too golden, and I don't particularly like gold on my skin, but it is a really pretty shade. I've really been enjoying using it, and I love how this plays with other shadows. This looks so pretty layered over almost anything else. I can put one color all over my lid and then put this over, like the middle and the inner portion and layer it pretty thickly in the inner corner. And it creates this really interesting looking duochrome. Very happy with this shadow, and this was on sale for I think $3 or $3.50. I don't remember. Tarte was having a really good sale this month, and I had lost my one shimmery white shadow. I mean, I guess I didn't lose it. I dropped it and it went all over my floor. So it was lost to the trash can, but I'm really happy with this. I think that this is actually not that dissimilar from the shade that I had, but this is definitely a better version. I'm really pleased with this. That eyeshadow is the only thing that I'm actually counting for my Tarte order and to my beauty budget, but I did purchase one other item. This is a empty magnetic palette, again from Tarte. It has these sparkles on it. There's sequins, and they actually are like sewn on. They do move a little bit. I feel like this is going to be really ugly in not too long, but it is very sturdy, and it's a good size too. Let me show you. Has a mirror, first of all, which very nice. Do wish that if it was going to have a mirror that it would be less floppy, but that's fine. It was a $5 or $4 palette, so I don't feel like I can complain all that much. And it's a really nice size. I have 13 eyeshadows in here right now. I think you could probably fit 24. Really pretty, very happy with this. This was a really good purchase for me. I had a 12-pan palette along from ColourPop that I had filled with, well, all of the shadows that are in here with the exception of the white, and it was not sturdy enough for the way I wanted to use it. I had this ColourPop shade Shatter on me. I was able, thankfully, to press most of it back into the same pan, but I was pretty gentle. I had packed it up in a sweater and everything when I was traveling, and it still got pretty banged up. So not super impressed with those ColourPop shadows. I think they are good for just keeping things at home and just housing my singles. But I think that when I'm traveling in the future, that this is going to be what I stick things in rather than one of those flimsy ColourPop ones. I did not purchase these, but Tarte had their birthday gift. One piece of it was this quirky blush. It is a coral. It's what I'm wearing today. I am very happy with this. I know that I'm going to have this for ages and ages because it took me 2.5 years to pan Party and another 2.5 years to pan Harmony, but I am really happy with it. And I did kind of miss having one of those Tarte blushes. There's a swatch of that. I feel like this is probably just a hair bolder than would really be ideal for me, but it is really pretty, and I think that I can make it work. I feel like this looks more blushed in person than it does on camera, but it's still pretty wearable, and I've really been enjoying it. The other element of that birthday set was a sample of Lights Camera Lashes. I've not tried this yet. I'm just going to get through my other mascara before I open it, but I've heard good things about this mascara for years and years. It's not one that I've ever tried, and I'm excited to. So there's Tarte. I also ordered 2 little sets from Ipsy. I ordered a blush and bronzer set from the Balm, but through Ipsy last month, and it never came to me, so they refunded me, and that is where the $5 came from that I used to get these 2 products. This is a sample of the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores pressed powder. I mean, the packaging on this is awful, but it is actually a pretty good size for a sample. This is about a quarter the size of the full-size pressed powder. I was intrigued by this, first of all, because I just needed a pressed powder. I haven't had one for the last few weeks. I've been missing it. But also because this is the, I think, #1 best-selling powder on Ulta, and I felt like I hadn't really heard much about it, and I wanted to give it a go. I'm wearing it today. I mean, so far, I think it's fine. I can't say that I've ever been super wowed or super let down by a pressed powder, but you know what? I'm glad that I get to try this one, and I'm extra glad that it was $2.50. In the same set, I got this powder brush from, I believe, Beau Gachy. It is actually a little smaller than what I've traditionally used for powder. It's a bit bigger on this side, and then on the other, it's a bit pinched in up here. I've only used this once, so I can't speak too much to the quality. I think that it looks really nice. I feel like it looks more expensive than it really feels. It's not super light, but it's not weighty either. It feels very mid-range. I only received these two products yesterday, so I'm gonna continue to mess around with them and probably give you some more complete thoughts at some point in the future if anyone's interested. Also, in the same Ipsy sale, got a hair mask duo, to be clear. The first item in there was the Briogeo Be Gentle, Be Kind Avocado and Kiwi Mega Moisture Superfood Mask. I'm just interested in trying some more masks. I really appreciate hair masks. I think they are the one thing that really does make a big difference in my hair, so I'm always interested to try more. And in the same set, there was also the Silky Repair Therapy Deep Conditioning Hair Mask. Again, it's a hair mask. I'm interested to try more. I think that actually, as far as the per use price goes, getting these samples through Ipsy tends to work out to about the same to sometimes an even slightly better deal than buying the full size at regular price. So I'm probably going to keep purchasing these smaller sizes until either I find something that really, really works for me and I'm willing to purchase the full size, or I just become so inundated with little samples that I just don't need to buy anymore ever. I'm a little bit disappointed with how this month went. I was hoping that I could use up a couple more things, and I do have a few different items that I can think of right now where I will probably be done with them within the next week. I also hoped that I would bring in a couple fewer items. I think part of that was just that I didn't plan my no-buy very well. If I were to go back and do it again, I would tell myself not to schedule this for a month where I was moving. Things are just more likely to break, and I'm more likely to need replacements. I had to do quite a bit of sort of beauty shopping. I needed to buy shampoo and conditioner and body wash. So I was in those aisles already or browsing those sections already, and things, jumped into my cart against my will. Certainly it wasn't me choosing to put them in, except we all know that's not true. All right, so I think that is it for my update. I would be very interested to hear how May went for you. If you got anything super exciting, I would love to hear about it. Let me live vicariously through you as I try to limit my spending. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope you'll consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed this video, and I really hope that I will see you next time. Bye!